two issues you didn't mention. One that has been reported by the Indian media, quoting Indian government sources who say Prime Minister Modi spoke to you about the presence, in his terms, of Sikh Khalistani militants in Canada. And the second is the question of interference in Canada by India, which has been cited by Canada's own intelligence agencies. Did neither of those topics come up?
No, they both came up over the years with Prime Minister Modi. We've had many conversations on both of those issues. Obviously, Canada will always defend freedom of expression, freedom of conscience, freedom of peaceful protest. That's something that's extremely important to us. At the same time as we're always there to prevent violence, to push back against hatred. I think on the issue of the community, it's important to remember that the actions of the few do not represent the entire community or Canada. The flip side of it, we also highlighted the importance of respecting the rule of law, and we did talk about foreign interference.
Good afternoon, Prime Minister. Taria Isri, Global News. So on the issue of foreign election interference, what message did you deliver to Prime Minister Modi?
The message is the one that we have continued to deliver to all our partners and allies around the world, as well as countries that we have concerns with, which is making sure that respect for the rule of law, integrity and sovereignty of democratic institutions and processes, and the respect for the sovereign choices of citizens in and of a given country to choose their future. Diaspora Canadians make up a huge proportion of our country, and they should be able to express themselves and make their choices without interference from any of the many countries that we know are involved in interference challenges.
A lot of the language in the Declaration on Climate Change is aspirational without firm targets. So why did Canada sign on to that? And given the aspirational goals, can you describe this summit as a success?
Again, Canada will always be pushing hard for stronger language on climate change. What we've been able to do by bringing in a price on pollution, by leading the G7 in reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, these are things that we will continue to push for more ambition, because we know that everyone needs to do their part, and quite frankly, the G20 countries are responsible collectively for about 80% of global emissions. So as we look to hold to that 1.5 target and attain it, we know that everyone needs to do their part. We will continue to push as hard as we can on stronger language every step of the way.
Hi, what did Canada contribute to the final communique?
As always, Canada is a strong voice for inclusion of gender language, inclusion of Indigenous reflections, but all throughout we made sure that countries around the world are focused on growing the economy in inclusive ways, creating opportunity and prosperity for everyone in a more peaceful, more secure world, respect for the rule of law, ambition on fighting climate change. These are all things that Canada pushes for at every summit, among others, and we will continue to. Okay. Le Canada, à tous nos sommets, pousse pour de langage d'inclusion, que ce soit sur les femmes ou sur les peuples autochtones. On est là pour se battre pour une vision économique inclusive, pour s'assurer que tout le monde puisse réussir. Je parle toujours de l'importance du multilatéralisme et des solutions que nous cherchons ensemble. On parle de sécurité, de stabilité, de l'importance de la lutte contre les changements climatiques. Et je peux vous assurer que dans les négociations, le Canada a poussé très fort sur tous ces enjeux.
Canceling your appearance at the dinner, and this morning at the ceremony, you pulled your hand away when Modi attempted to pull it. You pulled your hand away. What does this signal?
I'll let you read into what you like. I'm here to work. We're here to deliver important things for Canadians in terms of growing the economy, in terms of solving some of the real geopolitical challenges that people are facing. I was pleased to have a sit-down with Prime Minister Modi, in which we had direct and real conversations, as we always will. But we're going to continue to work hard to create opportunities, not just for Canadians, for people around the world, and that's always been my focus.
Why did you cancel your dinner, and was it related to the that came out with regards to Russia?
No, it was a scheduling thing.
Last question.
Hi, Samir Hussein from BBC News. I'm wondering about the question with Russia. In fact, Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov did a press conference and said that actually the paragraph had nothing to do with Ukraine. Do you think the language should have been stronger when it comes to Ukraine? And how would you characterize your relationship with Prime Minister Modi?
Well, first of all, on Russia, I think it's well established that we can't believe anything that Russian officials or diplomats say, full stop. We put forward strong consensus languages on Russia's illegal actions in Ukraine, and I'm not surprised that the foreign minister of Russia objects to it. That's his job, but he is, and Russia is, and Putin is, very much in the wrong in terms of the instability they're causing in the world, the impact on food prices, the impact on global inflation, on supply chains, on energy prices, and that's why we will continue to stand strong against Russian bullying and Russian aggression in Ukraine. In regards to Prime Minister Modi, we have always had a good relationship in which we're able to talk frankly about difficult issues, and we will continue to have that. Sur la Russie, je peux rappeler à tout le monde qu'on ne peut pas croire rien que le gouvernement de la Russie dise. On est là pour continuer de tenir fort contre les actions illégales de la Russie en Ukraine et à travers le monde. Et ça ne me surprend pas du tout que le ministre des Affaires étrangères de la Russie n'a pas aimé nos positions très fermes contre l'ingérence, l'interférence et les actions illégales de la Russie.
This concludes the press conference. Thank you for participating.
Merci beaucoup tout le monde.